punk revolution now. Hey everybody, today we're going to be reviewing Poppy's newest album, I Disagree. For those of you unfamiliar with Poppy, she is quite an interesting artist you should have on your radar. Okay, she started her career really back in 2015 with these really bizarre, abstract, strange YouTube videos I recommend you check out. I remember that's when I first encountered her. I was like, what the fuck is this bizarre bullshit? And then she's, her music career mainly consisted actually of like electro pop, which at first glance might seem a little bit generic, but like if you actually dig into some of her music, you will find actually a decent amount of creativity and just eccentricities that really make her stand out of the crowd with interesting, fun, sometimes ironic, sometimes socially conscious lyrics, like for instance in her album, Am I a Girl? Of course, there's discussion over gender in that album. There's also discussion of inequality. I mean, just and then she puts fucking metal in her fucking music out of nowhere. You can hear it in Am I a Girl a little bit, but then in her newest album, I Disagree, she goes full fucking metal. What an interesting act. And it's not like any metal you really have ever heard before, so I'll explain all that. But first, let's take a look at the album cover. So this album cover, I think, works very well with the album because this album cover could hypothetically just work for a generic pop album, and it also could work for like an industrial metal album that wants to be a little bit darker and heavier, whatever. And that's exactly what it is musically. It brings these two worlds together like I have never heard done before, so well executed and as complex as I've heard it executed. So let's just start with the opening track, Concrete. I'm listening to this track. I'm hearing pop with like a little bit of like a darker kind of production to it. Like, okay, yeah, I hear there's gonna be fucking metal incorporated in this pop, right? And then there's and that's exactly what happens. We hear some really fucking heavy metalcore riffs just ripping in there, which frankly is awesome. Who doesn't love metalcore tearing into your soul? But then there's like this explosion that just feels like the clouds move and you can see the sunshine shining down, and you just have this beautiful, euphoric pop section that's just like, wait, what the I was just listening to fucking like this dark, heavy pop, and now it feels like beautiful Beach Boys pop, and then it just rips right back into fucking metalcore, and then it's just like, this is like fucking progressive electro art pop metalcore alternative dance music. What the fuck is this? It's innovation. That's what it is. This is innovation. I feel like a lot of people are gonna dismiss this album as a gimmicky and stupid because it's Poppy, and a lot of people think Poppy, she's a cute girl, so she can't be a serious musician, and she had those weird music videos. Just people being fucking assholes. But no, there's a lot of things I think are completely unprecedented going in this album in terms of blending genres together, and not just like, juxtaposing different genres, which she of course does, but literally just having them kind of fuse and blend together, and it's just like, what the fuck? I can't even tell what's going on. This is impossible for my ears to process. This is the future of music. This is 2020, and the fucking song Blood Money, the extreme standout that's just so fucking amazing in this track, the fucking industrial section that rips your soul into fucking pieces. It's like bubblegum based though, and then it's also like the choruses are so catchy, and it's like, this is fucking awesome. It's like, this is what I've been wanting. This is what I've been, something that's pop, but it's just pushing you and punching you and just ripping you into pieces. So innovation, creativity, ambition, blending genres together. Some of these tracks, the singles, absolutely fucking outstanding, amazing tracks that I think are the future of music. But looking at the album as a whole, it has its flaws. Some of these songs really kind of suck. She kind of chooses to slow down a bit, which I feel like is kind of like a pop star intuition to bring in some like ballads. But frankly, the fun of this album is when it's fucking pounding you with all sorts of really catchy, fun melodies / metal textures. So when she slows down, it kind of gets a little bit boring. And also, I think some of these songs are so complexly arranged, it becomes a little bit difficult to put catchy melodies on top of the like more metalcore sections. So she's kind of like challenged by her own music, I guess you could say, which ultimately I think takes away some of it because it is fundamentally a pop album, or is it metal? I don't know. It's an album that really relies on being catchy. So when it has these songs that are not as catchy, not as energetic, not as fun, They do, frankly, drag the album down, so it's very inconsistent, very front-loaded, but the standout tracks here are fucking special, I am telling you. If every song on this album was as good as the singles, I would be giving it a very high rating. But unfortunately, I hate to do this, I'm gonna give it a 7.6 out of 10, lower than I want to do. Still pretty high, though. Just interesting shit, Poppy. You have caught my attention. I really hope you continue with this experimentation in your music, or if some other artist picks it up and continues as well. This is the future of music. Great job. Holy shit, 7.6 out of 10. Really interesting album. Thanks for watching. Punk Revolution. Nah.